So in today's video, we're gonna get these edges together and do a hairstyle. So it might be a two-part video because I might do them separately. I probably will do them separately. So we'll do the baby hairs and then a hairstyle.
Okay, I can't give me now.
Everything she said. Yes, exactly. That's right. Let's do it. Okay, starting first with products. This is Eco Styling Gel. I have As I Am castor oil water for spray. Then I just have some styling tools from a hairbrush, detangling brush, a wide tooth comb, and then I have like a brush specifically made for edges. I have hairpins that's going to come in later, and now we're going to get started with styling. Her hair is dry. It's not like freshly washed and wet. It's been maybe a few days since I washed it, and anytime I go to style her hair, I always hydrate it. From me just dealing with my own natural hair, I don't like to comb dry curls because that just leads to breakage, and I want to avoid that. And I think that we've had some pretty good results by the hair length that we do have. So after providing some hydration, I always start at the nose just to get to the center of the face, and then I'm making a part all the way down the middle. Now you guys, her part was a little bit off, but if your part ends up being a little bit off, just know that it's okay. Nobody's gonna die. It's not the end of the world, you know. But I do try and use the nose as the center, but just, you know, making that comment if you notice that throughout the video. So I tied up one half of her hair and then working with the other half, and I'm gonna split that half into 3 different sections. So you just saw the front section, and now I'm going to move on to the back section. And then I'm just going to use a hair clip to hold the middle section because I'm going to work with the front and the back sections. So using the wide tooth comb, I am detangling that front section. And I like to detangle anytime I'm going to twist or braid the hair. That way it's easier to actually braid. It's not getting as tangled from it being combed out before. Not saying that it won't get tangled at all, but it's just easier to braid this way. Okay, you guys have the option to add gel to the front of the hair. I didn't really add it to the front part because I am doing a part 2 of this video where I'm showing you how I'm going to style her baby hairs and sideburns. So, but you do have that option if you want to apply it to the front of the hair from the beginning of the hairstyle or at the end. It really doesn't matter. It's just based on preference. And so that is the braid. Notice I'm not braiding all the way to the end. I'm just braiding far enough into the hair for the braid to hold, because I'm going to take that part and put it in with the other hair later on, which you guys will see. I'm now moving to that back section, and I'm doing the same thing of combing that hair out just so that it's easier for me to braid. I am actually adding the gel here. So this is what I mean when I say you can add the gel to the front if you like. You would do the same process I'm doing right now to the front of the hair if you're not too specific about the baby hairs. And notice I took that hairbrush just to comb that gel throughout the hair and really give it that slick and sleek look. And notice I'm just taking that wide tooth comb, going back through it again just to detangle because I noticed that it still had a few tangles in it. Okay, and I'm going to start braiding the hair, and notice I'm braiding up the scalp, okay? So this isn't going like from the front of her forehead to the back of the nape of her neck. This is actually going from the nape of the neck up towards the forehead. So, and as you can see, she's just leaning on my tummy to make that happen. And I'm doing the same thing again by braiding that braid up only about midway. And then now I'm taking down that middle section and I'm adding the two braids, the one from the front and the one from the back, to that middle section. Okay, and the reason I did this is because I want her hair to be full. If I would have like braided all the way to the end, maybe I could have twisted it around the ponytail, but again, I wanted to use that hair from the front and from the back to add to the fullness of the middle part. And you see me going back, I'm just fixing the braid because I noticed that it was becoming unraveled a bit. So just going back and braiding that up a little bit more, and then I'll just add it to the rest of the hair again. And then applying that gel again, applying gel to the edges is gonna again make it look nice and neat, which that is what I like. So, and it also helps with the longevity of the hairstyle. You know, with toddlers, they're gonna be running around playing and rolling around as my daughter does. She's rolling on the bed, the couch, everywhere. So just adding that gel gives it a little bit of protection for the hairstyle. And I'm just using a scrunchie. I try not to use rubber bands that much on her hair. It just depends on, I guess, the hairstyle, what we're doing. Sometimes I use the color ones just to add color, but for the most part I do try and use scrunchies. Nonetheless, that side of the hair is now finished, and I'm going to move on to the other side. I'm going to do the same process that I did on the left side to the right. Again, by sectioning that hair into 3 different sections. I'm going to braid the front, then braid the back, and then bring that hair to meet in the middle part. So I'll let you guys just enjoy. I did want to hop back in and say that this is a perfect time for your kiddo to watch a show. I think I did this hairstyle within 30 minutes, and of course that's with me recording, so it probably would have taken a shorter amount of time had I not been recording. But this is a perfect time for them to watch like their favorite show, maybe YouTube, Netflix, or whatever, just to kind of keep them occupied and sitting still. So if you want to reserve like screen time for moments like this, it's a great idea. It really helps us to kind of get through the style and then move on to the rest of our day. Okay, so now that I have the 2 braided ponytails established, I'm getting my hairpins ready because I'm about to use them. I'm just spraying a little bit of that castor oil water on the hair. I'm going to comb it through. And then I'm going to take 2 sections. I'm going to split it into 2 sections and then start to twist. And it's really optional. If you want to do twist, then do twist. If you want to do a braid, do a braid. I find with the twist that it's easier to fluff, which you're going to see me do, to get kind of that loose, puffy look. So I like the twist instead of braid, but it's whatever you feel comfortable with. And I'm just going to do the same process on the right side. Alright, now that I have the two twists, you see what I'm going to do with them? Watch again, okay? So I took them and brought them over to the opposite side, and as you can see, I'm using that end of one twist to wrap around the ponytail of the other, and then I'm going to apply the hairpin. And then I'm going to do the same with the other side. Just wrap it around and kind of tuck it under, and then use that hairpin to secure it. Alright, and then now this is the fluffing part I was talking about, where I can kind of, you know, make it look more, it kind of reminds me like how when they do, I think it's the goddess braids, or butterfly braid, whatever it's called, and they kind of fluff it and you kind of get like that bigger effect of it, and it gives it like that messy look. Alright, so that's pretty much the whole thing. Make sure you cover up the scrunchie. Maybe using a black scrunchie would have been better, but I just used what I had. But that's pretty much the final look. As you can see, this clip shows the baby hairs in the front. So please watch part 2 to see how I styled the front of her hair. See you in part 2. Bye.